Are you curious about what $500,000 can buy you in Saskatoon? In this video, we'll dive into the neighborhoods, home styles, and features you can expect in this price range. I'll walk you through everything you need to know about Saskatoon's housing market and one key factor you might not expect. If you are thinking about buying, selling, investing, or relocating, send me an email. My info's in the description below. Between 500 and 600,000, Saskatoon has an absolutely amazing reputation for the value that's offered in this mid-range price point, especially when compared to other Canadian cities. The average price in Saskatoon used to be $350,000, give or take, for so many years in a row. It's climbed up in recent years to $400,000. So now when you look at what is offered between $500,000 and $600,000, it is a step, or at least a step and a half to 2 steps above what you would consider most buyers can afford when you look at where the majority of the buyer pool is. The reason why this price range is so great is because the service offering is substantially high and you don't have as many buyers competing to pick up listings in this price range. When I pick up a buyer and take somebody shopping between $300,000 to $400,000 or $400,000 to $500,000, it is an absolute challenge, and it's an absolute hodgepodge of trying to dig through what's coming up next just to fight over it and maybe not even be satisfied with what you win at the end of the deal. Where $500,000 to $600,000 is a really great place to be for both buyers and sellers, because it's not a panic when you list your house for sale. And likewise, as a buyer, you actually have product to look for, and it's actually reasonable quality product. You have options and time to find what you really want for you and your family. Speaking of which, this is a really great price point for families, specifically because if we look back, $300,000 to $400,000 is to a large degree that first-time home buyer price range. When you look at between $400,000 to $500,000, what you will find is $400,000 to $450,000 is slightly above what you would expect for a first-time home buyer price range. You could argue that it still is first-time home buyers, but you're starting to see the top end of quality for that type of product, and there's still a large wide variety of what you get in terms of quality in that price range between $400,000 to $450,000. As soon as you go from $450,000 to $500,000, interestingly enough, what you find in that price range is all of what you would expect between $500,000 to $600,000 with an older home, with a whole bunch of work required. So it's kind of an awkward spot where it's too much for first-time home buyers between $450,000 and $500,000, and it's a lot less than what you would expect if you were shopping between $500,000 to $600,000, because as soon as you hit that price point, you can get a brand new home with a double attached garage in many cases. And on the resale market, the product that's being offered between $500,000 and $600,000 is an actual substantial quality, meaning they are very likely second-time buyers, and most second-time buyers are young professionals and families. If we look at townhomes and condos in this price range, what you will find is the townhomes that you can find between $500,000 and $600,000 get you into the options for retirees to have a bungalow-style townhome. On the entry-level side, to a large degree, there's definitely some give and take in this price range, but you do see some really nice options there too. If you're looking at apartment-style condos, you are now getting into what I might call the beginning part of, dare I say, penthouse condo. Now, that might be a bit of an exaggeration, but what I can say is that $500,000 to $600,000 for an apartment-style condo definitely does get you into what we would consider premium plus for apartment-style condos here in Saskatoon. Again, the entry-level side of what you get for that. You maybe don't get all the bells and whistles and all of the specifications, but you are getting into premium. If you're looking at the west side of Saskatoon, $500,000 to $600,000 gives you free reign to go shopping. If you're looking at the east side of Saskatoon, you really still do have some solid quality options in multiple neighborhoods, if not every neighborhood. There is most definitely some give and take in this price range, as there would be in almost any price range, but it really is smooth sailing when you compare it to other sections and segments of the market. I will say this. The new product that you will find in this price range will largely not be a fully developed home, but for a starting family, that might be the perfect transition to get yourself into a house that's probably $650,000 once you've completed the basement, the deck, the yard, the landscaping, etc. If you are buying a resale home, it's probably exactly the same specifications that I had just mentioned when you look at a new home, but it will probably be 10 to 15 years old and maybe even slightly a little bit bigger. But that's still a very good product that you can find on the open market that doesn't need a whole bunch of work and can fit a wide variety of different sizes and types of families. If you look at what you get for $500,000 in other cities like Calgary and Edmonton, you might be surprised to find out that in Calgary, the average price has climbed, I believe, close to $700,000. Now, what do you get for that $700,000 these days? Even in Edmonton, the prices might be similar to Saskatoon, but there is generally a premium for what you see there in Edmonton. And here's something to consider. Yes, the market changes all the time. And a matter of fact, this time last year, the amount of product that was sitting on the market in this price range was actually quite daunting from a seller's point of view. However, the way things have transitioned over the last 12 months have put this type of product in an absolute sweet spot. So if you want to stay updated on the market and you are thinking about buying, selling, investing, or relocating, send me an email. My info is in the description below. Otherwise, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in this video next. Have a fantastic day.